welcome back to the digging channel. Anyway, hello, welcome back. Another week, more digging. So, I've nearly got my channel dug. Excuse that. Had a bigger shower on there at one point. So yeah, I've dug the channel. So I'm just going to measure now where the inlet is on the drum, because obviously I don't need to dig down as far as the old 2-inch pipe. I don't need to be at that level. I need to be at the level to hit the inlet on the drum. So I saved myself a bit of digging there by just doing a bit of measuring. So the top of the drum, I think, it's pretty much level the top of the pond, and then I can just measure down where the inlet is, and then I can see whether I've dug down enough, and then I can just run the pipe in here, cut a big hole at the end there, and probably panic about smashing that, and save myself a bit of pipe work, because if I can just go straight and then just a 45 or a 90 to the drum, boom time, happy days, it's done then, isn't it? So save myself going up a bit of pipe work that's lower than the drum, going across, then going up, then going in, rather than just going across and turning and going into the drum. So if I can hit that sweet spot there, that's good. Well, that's what I'm going to aim to do. I'm not sure what we're doing in relation to the actual skimmer this end, what that's going to cause, but before I fill all of this in, I'll obviously just have a bit of a mock up to see what it looks like that end, because again, I don't want sort of humpy bits of pipe work giving me airlocks and all that junk if I get a power cut and stuff. So yeah, nearly there. Bit of measuring, and then we'll make a decision as to where or how much more mud I need to get rid of. It's absolute carnage over here. Move a bit. Oh, I've got a couple of massive piles of mud. I've killed everything that was over here, I think, but I've got a ton of this horrible bindweedy crud, and there's my huge acer. I'll probably need to have a bit of a trim of that. But that plant absolutely loved being there, because it's the beast. As I say, I said before last week's video, I think it cost £2.99, £3.99 from Aldi or something. Picked up when we were shopping, I don't know, 18 months ago. Wish I'd have put it in a big pot now, and I could have trained it a bit rather than have all these shooty bits off, but hey ho. Anyway, I'm digressing. So yes, so that's where we're at. So not a million miles away. Bit of measuring to save myself a bit of digging potentially, and then I can still got a little bit to do there. It's a bit awkward with this, whatever this is, japonica-y thing in the way, fatsia something. So I've still got a little bit to do there, but again, depending on how high I need to be coming in, it can run downwards anyway. Joy oh joys. So not a million miles away, we're nearly there. So there I am, happily digging away, and I hit that pipe. I'm like, huh? What's that about? Oh yeah, that's the return that's about a foot down, so I need to be careful of that. I don't accidentally chop it or put a split in it. It's only solvent welded pipe, it's not a pressure pipe, which is a bit way stronger, so I've got to be careful with that. I'll have to use me little trail to get around that, but that'll give me, I can have a look the other side when I eventually get out and measure it. I can work out how high that is and whether or not, just in there where the inlet is on my drum, that'll give me an idea for height. So I might be hopefully around about the right kind of depth now, but we'll see. I've had enough for today. I'm going to get out, get showered, and we're having a barbecue because the weather's good. Should have done it first time round. Anybody building a pond, put a 3 or 4 inch rubber boot, cut the bottom of your skimmer off, put that on it. Even if you reduce it back down to 2 or 1.5 inch, do it. But if eventually you want to run a gravity fed skimmer and there's a bit of pipe work involved to get it to your filter, change it to 3 or 4 inch. Don't mess around. If you're in the build stage, just do it. For the sake of, I don't know, well, a rubber boot and then another reducer maybe, 2 reducing, 30 quid. If you think of the overall cost of a pond, £30 is nothing. It will give you the option at a later date to actually change it to 3 or 2 inch. I actually did originally change the skimmer from 1.5 inch to 2 inch, but the length of pipework, what's that? A couple of meters there, 3, 5, probably 6 or 7 meter run of 2 inch pipework. The flow is absolute a joke. I had an easy pod on it originally, which was over here. It's not enough. I had to have this, I can't even remember what silly size pump on it. It's just a waste of time. So if you're building a pond, do it. Cut the bottom of your skimmer off, just in your workshop, in the garden, whatever. Put a rubber boot reducer on it and you're good to go. It's future proofed. Don't mess around. Don't do what I've done and do it years later and it caused carnage, which seems to be everyone doing at the minute. Anyway. Top tip, do it. Anyway, I'm going to go and have a shower. I've had enough now. Catch you later. Hello, so it's Friday today. I haven't done anywhere near what I wanted to get done this week. I've just been so busy. Bank holiday week, so we went and did stuff on Monday because it was the wife's birthday. We went to the zoo, which was good, so that wrote Monday off. Tuesday, work, day from hell. Wednesday, day from hell. Thursday, day from hell. And today, day from hell. So I haven't done any more digging. It is exactly how I left it the other day, which looks twinchy. So yeah, nothing done there, but I do need to tackle all of this area behind here before I do any of the rest of this to measure up for the drum height for the pipe. But could fall over. But as I say, been ridiculously busy. Just not had enough time for any kind of pond stuff, or hedge cutting, or just any of this kind of things that I needed to do to get this all sorted. So God knows what I'm going to do. I can't do it tomorrow, which is Saturday, the day you're watching this, because I'm out on my bike all day. Yes, I do a bit of cycling. And Sunday's my birthday, because I'm going out after my bike ride. No doubt going to be in no fit state for anything Sunday, and my Grace is playing football, so I'm going to be standing pitch side with a hangover from hell, no doubt, and then back to work Monday, and again another busy week. So honestly, when am I getting all this finished? Not a clue. I'd like to think maybe next week I can get the hedge all trimmed and then get the measurement I need for the drum to see how much more digging I need to do, because obviously if I don't need to dig anymore, I can leave it as is and connect it all up. So yeah, not a huge amount done. Other than that, really everything's been okay. Fish looking good, although when I added the Gimrin Suri last week, it seemed to settle in okay. It started feeding straight away, which the little Achiba didn't, but then it spent a couple of days. After the first day it was a bit sulky, a bit feedy, but you know, not massively happy about itself. Then it spent a couple of days flashing and I was thinking, oh, here we go. But if you've been watching my videos for long enough, you remember when as soon as I see anything flash I was getting it out or doing a treatment. I actually just left it because I've been so busy, so I couldn't get it out anyway. But I just left the fish just to see what was happening, and the flashing stopped. So I don't know whether it was just the adjustment from the koi dealer's ponds to mine and it just decided to have a bit of a fit. But as I say, no flashing now. Swimming around with the big kids. But everyone looks alright. The little Achiba now looks like it's packing a bit of size on. I don't know if you can really see, but although saying that Kahaku's a little bit veiny, so I'm tempted to scrape them, but on the other hand I'm thinking maybe, is there any point? I'm liking the bling bling. as I say, there's no real reason to get them out, because I'm not seeing anything sort of abnormal in their behaviours. And as I say, the flashing that was there for a bit has completely stopped now. But again, the temperatures this week have been up and down all over the place. So I'm at 19 degrees. I mean, the other day, the pond temp fell to 16 degrees. We had a couple of really cold evenings and mornings, but then again we've had some really roasting evenings. We had one day the other week, it was probably 18 degrees at night, then a couple of days after 12 degrees, so you do get that swing in temperature. Again, all the more reason to get a heater, just to stabilise that temperature swing. So yeah, I do need to get on it, because it just looks all junky, all this mud. But when I'm doing it, I don't know. Hopefully next week. But my workload at the minute is nuts, so it's not really happening. But I haven't got a lot more to do, so I just get in from work and just bite the bullet and do it. But I'm not getting in till sort of 5:30, 6 o'clock every day. And by the time you've had something to eat, or I've sort my workbook and my van out and all that jazz, it's not really a lot of time left in the evening, other than just to sit and chill and have a shower and then go to bed. So that's it this week. There's not a huge amount of content really, unfortunately. But I do like to sort of pushing myself this last year, getting a video out every Saturday. So you're getting a video, maybe not with the bestest content this week. It's just so frustrating when you can't do what you want to do, and you know what you need to do, and you just haven't got the time to do it. But hey ho, that's just life sometimes, isn't it? But everything will settle down at some point. But I do need to get a crack on, and then we can start talking about heat pumps. I'm probably going to do a whole video on heat pumps and just heating in general, and just a general chat about heat. Interesting subject, and lots of variables and lots of options. So yeah, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. If you've managed to stick through, I don't know how much video I've got, but if you've stuck through, well done. And I'll catch everybody next week. Hopefully I can find a couple of hours at some point in my schedule to get the digging done and the measuring done, and then we can get it all connected. Because once I've got once we've got the skimmer in the drum, everything else is pretty easy, because the heat pump, as we know, as I said before, is going up over here, and the pipe work will be coming out of there into it. So that's all of that. Once this is done, it's just that bit to do. But it's nice and easy to work on. It's just a bit of plumbing. So there we go. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next week. Bye for now.